Nick!
Good Lord. All right. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Bring your own beer edition with your host, Maxwell Starr. Tonight, we're doing pumpkin beers. I wish I had a pumpkin to hold up right now, but we're just going to have to settle for Halloween costumes tonight. So, but I will introduce who we have with us, starting with who showed up first? Redbeard, Bluebeard.
Hey, what's going on? Nice to be here. How you doing?
Not too bad. Looks like you're about to star in an anime.
Why not?
It's only on his OnlyFans.
Nice. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, I guess I wouldn't know about that then. What do you have for a beer with you tonight there, Redbeard? We're all doing pumpkin beers tonight.
I brought a can of something from a brewery that I have not had anything by in quite some time. I got a can of Peter Pumpkin Wheater. It's a pumpkin vice by New Ontario Brewing from here in North Bay. Coming in
murderous Ewok on it.
5.4% ABV. Actually got some
pumpkin vice.
Pretty badass label on it. I like it.
Yeah, that is a cool label, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that label.
And it's pretty fresh. It's like barely even a month old. So
nice. Yeah, well, you know, they got to drink those pumpkin beers within the month of October, otherwise they go bad.
You know it. Yeah.
All right. Moving right along to Bunny Lee.
Louise.
And what beer do you got?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I've never seen that in my life.
Pumpkin Vice.
What's happening here? Anyways, yeah, I managed to snag this. My work got it, and I was saying that we're going to do pumpkin beer, so Ryan passed it on to me so I can review it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Is that an Ontario beer, or is that
New Ontario? Exactly.
New Ontario. Oh, Carrie, I wasn't paying attention to Carrie.
Nice.
Yeah. So I am mimicking Redbeard tonight.
Oh. Except for the hair.
I have my own.
There you go. All right. So we got a Leechador here. He thought he brought the same beer as everyone else tonight, but it turns out he didn't.
Yeah.
Like a certain 1990s cheesy horror TV show. There's something paranormal going on here.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, it's Halloween.
That's intense.
Right. All right. So who's next? We got Mr. Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Chilling.
Hey.
Good.
I'm dressed up as a fat old guy.
Let's just say you're cool.
But you're not fat.
Yeah, you need to work on the fat part, but
ish. Add ish to both of those. And Flying Monkeys, Theater of Madness.
He's Dan Vaughn going to see
Madness.
Pumpkin Lager. It's going to be a 10 out of 10.
Awesome. All right. Thank you,
Spoilers.
Jamie. Spoilers is going to be amazing. All righty. Thank you, Jamie. Let's move on to the last one to show up anyway. We got the albino rhino.
No, it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee.
Yeah. Got to fight that Michael Myers.
Greggy Lee Curtis.
Oh, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. Damn it.
I've come prepared with a real pumpkin, a fake pumpkin watching us, and look, his eyes stare into your soul. And I also have 3 beers. So let's randomly pick the person that puts up with the most abuse from me. Lady Lee. Pick the beer I should review.
Oh, God.
Let's do...
Oh, God.
Do the Great Lakes one, because I like the...
I thought she was going to pick the Gahan. Oh, man.
Well, I'm probably going to drink all 3 of them tonight, but I'll actually review the Great Lakes one.
The Great Lakes one has a cool label. And I think there's a couple
that actually does. It has a very cool label.
Yeah, I like the label.
Saison du Pompe.
It's Great Lakes' other pumpkin beer.
Nice. Yeah, the one you sent me wasn't bad, but awesome. Alrighty, so thank you, Greggy Logenstocking. Actually, I think I said at first that you dressed up as Arnold.
Sure. Look here. Watch this. I can do this, and I'm Arnold's butthole.
Oh God! All right, so
Good Lord.
moving right along to my neck of the woods. I'm going to take a look at Hammond River. Go figure. I'm going to do a Hammond River beer. Focus, damn it. La Matrice Pumpkin Ale, 5.3% ABV. Right on. I actually, I'm pretty sure I've had this before, but I've never reviewed it, and I'm not sure why I never have. But all right, seems like we got a shit ton of comments. Anybody want to read?
I'll read
Sure.
them, I guess.
That doesn't matter. All right.
All right.
Okay. So we got Rampant Lion reviews in the chat. The man, the myth, the legend, Scottish expatriate living in Sweden, I think, or Switzerland, one of those S countries.
One of S countries.
Or maybe Denmark. I don't know. Fuck it. He says, "Ooh, fancy a custom bum, you bunch of foreigners, you all foreigners, you foreign,
I think it's
you
foreign.
foreigners, you foreigners, as you foreign." And we got Redbeard saying hello to James, and then we got Ashley Sexton in here saying, "Who's that fattish old guy with the blanket?"
Oh, come on, Ashley. Don't be mean.
Why are you talking about me like that, Ashley? Jesus, man, I'm not even wearing my blanket. It's over here on the fucking bed. Then we got Rampant Line reviews in here saying to Redbeard, "Hey, Bootylicious, fancy a fellatio."
Ooh.
Jesus.
I think maybe he thinks Redbeard's OnlyFans is a thing with the anime girl cosplay. Like, well, what's that thing that some of those anime girl cosplayers do? The amigo
Tentacle
face, a higo, or whatever the fuck it is, where they stick their tongues out and bug out their eyes like they're having constant orgasms or whatever the fuck.
I find that to be
yeah.
it's disturbing, and I don't find it to be sexy at all.
No, it's pretty fucked up.
I've never heard of this, and I hear about weird things.
Yeah, it's odd. Then we got Ashley Sexton saying, "Why the Gahan?" Laughing my ass off. Yeah, I don't get that either. Then Redbeard says he's always up for the fellatio, apparently. Then James goes on to say, "As much as I love you guys, pumpkin ales can foxtrot Oscar. So fuck off." And Ashley Sexton says, "Oh, I see that what you did there, James." Because Ashley Sexton's a clever man who picks up on things very quickly. And then James goes on to say, and I think this is directed towards me, apparently, "Foreign hooligans and get masks." And then he goes on to say, "The anime girls like tentacles."
They do like tentacles.
No, they're not wrong.
Yeah, I think the tentacle stuff's still probably a bit more disturbing than the Ahigo, whatever the fuck shit is.
Oh, it's a Higo face. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like an O face, except for it's a ego face.
Here, this is only PG-13, but that's what it looks like apparently.
It's like an O face, but it's Higo face, right?
Of course, it's a picture
right?
of her, that Belle Delphine chick. Of course, it's her.
Oh, is it? I just typed in
That's my fireball.
cosplay orgasm face, and that was the first picture that came up.
Yeah,
God.
I mean it all kind of. Let's not get into a discussion.
Wow, there's definitely
Yeah.
some
All right,
you
so-
can't share.
We read the comments. Thank you, Lee, by the way. Let's move on to I guess let's go back to Redbeard here and say, what's your history with the beer you bought?
I poured it, and I've had 2 sips. There you go.
Such a very extensive history.
It's as shallow as the gravy on his shirt.
Doesn't look that half bad though.
Yeah,
So you kind of had a cringe face as soon as you took a sip, which I totally understand for New Ontario.
no, it's shocking and totally unexpected. No one would ever have thought that would happen.
It would taste like pumpkin.
Is it the best brewery?
All right, let's move over to Lady Lee. Who I'm not even sure if you've taken a sip of it. I'm assuming this is probably the first time you've had this.
Yeah, this is the first time I've had this beer. I've recently had New Ontario because we were at work and we all decided to have the big and juicy. So
Nice.
yeah, so I have had beer from this brewery before. That's it. And recently.
Nice. Nice.
That's my history. But
There you
nothing
go.
with this one. This one's
Yeah, they're super proud of our hometown brewery, New Ontario. They're
Mhm. Support local.
Yeah.
support local.
Really like that Gateway City. Oh, right, that's New Ontario. Crap.
Hey.
But I will say that looking from appearances, it kind of does seem to fit the A&W glass. It almost looks like you're drinking root beer.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Too bad it doesn't taste like it, probably.
Ba-dum, 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 boom, ba-dum, 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 boom. A&W root beer song.
All right, Lee. Mr. Lee, what's your history with the beer you got?
I've got no history of this fucking beer other than I smuggled it back from New Brunswick during vacation time. I can't remember who brought it and gave it to me. It was either
I think you bought it at the NB Liquor in Rosse. I remember being there with you when you picked it up.
Maybe, if that's the case, okay. But if someone actually gifted it to me, thank you. But yeah,
If
no.
not, fuck you.
If not, fuck you. I did it myself. I did it all myself.
He's an independent woman.
That's
It's
right.
all on you.
Did you
Don't need no man to buy you beer.
What's that, Greg?
I said, did you have to hoop it to get it across the border?
No, we didn't. There were no border checks. there was nothing. You could have walked in there dripping COVID out of every pore of your body, and they would have let you in the fucking.
Yeah, but you probably should have hooped it just to be safe.
Yeah, but I've had plenty. Well, not plenty, but I've had several Flying Monkeys things. I'm just kind of like, they're okay sometimes. Sometimes they suck, but I'm interested in trying this one, even though it is a pumpkin beer.
You can make a shitty beer 10% and it becomes an excellent beer.
Okay.
Yeah. Greg's not totally wrong with that.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Leachador. Let's move on to Polly Pumpkin or Poutine Bumpkin or whatever it is.
Poutine Bumpkin? What?
Yeah.
All right. So, Jamie, you got any history with this thing?
I haven't done my research, but as far as I know, I think this is the first year that they've made this beer. I could be wrong. Maybe they've made it a bunch of times, but I have never had it before. I've had the one that Lee has in years past, not this year. This is only my second pumpkin beer this year. The other one was that Tales from the Pumpkin Patch, Big Rig or whatever. So, yeah, new to me.
Nudity.
Mm.
New to me.
Oh, you've never seen anyone nude before? I feel sorry for you, Jamie.
Nude be me.
It's taking you so
Never.
Yeah. Nudity is new to me.
Nude be me.
Oh, you're a never nude.
You're from my lawyer.
Gonna go join the Blue Man group.
Oh God! All right, so let's move on to Greg.
Hi, Nick.
Full frontal Greggity here.
So
All
as
right,
you
so I'm
know,
pretty sure you've got a history of this thing,
I do have a history with this thing.
especially the brewery it's from.
Well, you know what, Nick? I actually think a lot of people are curious about the origins of Great Lakes. Would you mind going through the history of the brewery again?
No.
Because
We've only
not
ever
sure
done
if
that
any of
like
us know.
a dozen times on this channel. Go ahead, Greg. You should know it. You should know it by now, but I'm willing to bet you don't remember.
I don't usually pay attention to when you
See.
So my first check-in is November 2014, which I believe that was the infamous night of 500 beers I had in a night. So I don't know if that was the first year I had it or I had it. I've had it since they released it. It was it's always been their secondary supplementary pumpkin beer. They released their pumpkin ale end of August, and this usually comes out end of September. And it's a little different because this is not a traditional, it's not a spiced pumpkin beer. It's not a pumpkin pie in a glass. It literally is what it says. It's a Saison du Pump. It's basically a Saison with a little bit of pumpkin to it. It's not a very big pumpkin beer. I'm not even sure if somebody served this to you and didn't tell you had pumpkin in it. I'm not sure you'd know. But the thing is, it says on the thing, I taste a little bit, I think. But yeah, it really is a Saison. It's not that different from what's it called, Saison du Pump or Saison de Pont. That's the original or the name they're going on. I think it doesn't taste that different from this. That's better than this for sure, but it's not that different in taste. So yeah, there's my history.
It's got a cool label.
A few every year. It's good.
It's got a pretty cool label on it. I like the label.
I do. I love the label. I actually have the old painted cans that they don't have anymore. I've got a few of those in my collection just for shits and giggles to gather dust because why not?
Gather dust and mold because you never washed them out. They're just sitting there.
Oh no, they're washed. Okay.
I'm
obsessive with washing my beer containers. I do not want my house to smell like a stinky old brewery.
I don't care about that so much as the fruit flies. I can't stand fruit flies.
Yeah, the fruit flies will come very quickly.
Fucking fruit flies.
And then they'll find girls and they'll come again. And then there'll be more fruit flies.
Wow.
All right.
Everyone that gets laid on Halloween.
There you go.
Well, with hair like that, Greg.
I'm the mistake you can't wait to make.
Oh, God. All right.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, my history with, well, I don't think I really need to go terribly into detail of my history around Hammond River around here. I don't, mainly because I don't think anybody cares.
It's borderline incestuous.
I care
Hammond
enough.
River, of course, is a brewery in my own hometown. And actually, that covered bridge in the picture used to be the closest covered bridge to me, like less than 10 kilometers away until they tore it down a few years ago because it was
Asshole.
rotted. Yeah, I know. Another little fun little story about this pumpkin beer. I'm pretty sure I've had this before when it first came out, like 3-4 years ago. Another maybe cool story is that one of my Facebook friends, this is actually named after his late mother. So there's that. There's like a little bit. I know the guy that's whose mom this was named after. So
I thought you were about to say her mother's name was Hammond. That's quite unusual.
no. Like
Could be Mrs. Hammond.
like that mother nickname for his mother was Lemetrice or something. I don't know the whole story, but yeah, like I'm pretty sure I had this when it came out, and I probably bought a growler of it, but and I probably drank it on one of these BYOBs or a BA101, like a after chat or something one time around Halloween, and then totally forgot about it. But yeah, like I was trying to find something different. I never untapped this, and I was trying to find something different for tonight for BA101. Seemed appropriate, so why not?
Yeah.
Right on. All right, so I'm going to pan out to everybody now that
What?
a whole bunch of comments, I think, again.
Yeah. So here's an important question from James from Rampant Lion Review saying, what is the best jobby, i.e. poop, that you have ever taken and why? I don't know. I don't really think about my poops all that much. I mean, probably the best one I ever took was one where I didn't have to wipe my ass. And
those
Flawless victory.
those are awesome. Yes.
When you get like a huge amount of poop out of your system, so you know you're relieved, but you don't have to wipe afterwards either.
Like I think
it comes out clean.
You feel like a dog.
I think there's like there's a herb you can take, like ipecac root or some shit like that. Like there's some sort of weird root you can take that makes your poop just like come out quick and fast without any problem. Apparently,
Isn't ipecac the stuff that you take to like makes you throw up?
Yeah, that's probably it. I was just replacing the word.
Maybe you got to rectally insert it and then your butt throws up.
Maybe that's you got to poop it.
Maybe. So, yeah,
it's like that episode of South Park.
I don't know if I have too many. I'm a strong, confident, independent dominatrix.
Sexy.
I guess.
I'll hire you.
I mean, you already know my delicate touch. Ashley Sexton going on to say, I wonder if GLB second uses the pumpkin from their pumpkin ale to make the saison.
Well, Mr. Sexton, according to the back of the label, whether this is true or not, I don't know. They said this originally came out because one of their brewers accidentally put saison yeast in a batch of pumpkin ale. Whether that story is true or made up, I don't know. But
that's bullshit. That's probably bullshit.
Probably.
I feel like they have their shit together enough at GLB that they wouldn't make errors like that.
Plus, they like to make stories on their cans. So
yeah, the first time it ever happened, it could have been an error. Like that was a while ago.
Could be.
Never know. Possible.
I side on the make them up.
Yeah, it's not as outlandish a story as some of their stuff, so it's possible.
Make up better stories, GLB. And then going on, Ashley Sexton says beets and sweet potatoes belong in beer before pumpkin does.
I'm not a
well,
fan
we're
of
pumpkin pumpkin beers tonight, Ashley, so shut your mouth.
I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are gross.
Sweet potatoes are delicious. You're a crazy person.
I am crazy, but they're still
so
gross.
good. That's so good. Beets, they're weird. I had one beet beer from Sawdust City. It was like a beet sour.
I remember having like
a
beet beer that tasted. It was so weird. It tasted like earthy beets, like with that little bit of like a earthy, fruity kind of flavor.
Beets.
Trying to describe it.
I
can't remember what it was, but it was interesting. I think it was a Bose beer.
I had
Didn't-
pickled beets or some shit in my shawarma that had or something like that.
Didn't
Was it
Bose
Sin-
make a beer?
Was it Syndaham?
I don't know.
No. Didn't Bose make a beer one time that had that was like a beef beer made with beets?
Probably back in the day when they were actually doing interesting new things. Wouldn't be surprised.
They did. Tyrannosaurus grew it.
Tyrannosaurus
They,
grew it.
they made a Gruit beet, a beet
They
Gruit
made a
beer.
beet beer with Gruit beet beer.
Weird.
Oh god, I'm looking at my caption on my video for this. It says the beat goes on.
My review would have been this beer's been beaten off.
You know,
Yo.
beet.
Ah,
I think
ah.
one of the most interesting weird vegetable beers that I've ever had was like a yam beer from the brewery. I can't remember what it was
Doesn't
called.
sound that weird.
It was like autumn maple or something like that, or autumn yam, or
Isn't a yam a sweet potato?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, basically is. I can't wait for next month. Let's do bring your own mushroom beer.
oh god. All right, so let's
Is
let's
that
move back to
mushroom
the main
beers?
panel before we talk.
You know what?
Probably.
I've never heard of one, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure, there's got to be.
I bet you some crazy whack-a-madoop is putting mushrooms in their beer somewhere.
Somebody's
Like
probably
well,
well,
some
technically
they put
yeast
meat,
is a
they
kind
put
of fungus,
meat in
isn't it?
beer and shit. Yeah, but that's not going to really be.
Yeast is a kind of fungus, so technically you're drinking mushroom beer all the time.
I was gonna say
that's mushroom.
there's lady vaginal yeast beer, so there's got to be pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
or mushroom beer. You mean? There's plenty of pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Sorry, mushroom beer. So I was still thinking about the vaginal yeast.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not making
I feel
beer.
like- Never heard of anyone ever
should.
made a broccoli beer?
Mm?
I heard like somebody wasn't one of the. I shared a picture from some. I can't remember. It was on Instagram. Somebody made a beer that had spinach in it, and like and other things. Like it looked like it was like a green smoothie kind of beer. And it looked just outrageous.
Wow. So the Rogue made one called Santa's Private Reserve.
I'm
and
Of
looking that up.
course, of course they did.
Jester King made one called Snorkel. Scratch Brewing made one called Chanterelle Bière de Garde.
You talking about mushroom beers right now?
Yeah. There's like a whole
Okay,
bunch. There's a
they-
bunch
they
of
do exist.
mushroom breweries. They do exist in there, in a lot of them in the States.
All right,
Did
so
you-
next time I pop over the border, if I'm able to get any one of these, I'm getting like 8 of them and sending every person one.
Make sure you send 2 to Laley.
Oh, Lady Lee's getting like 3 of them.
Did anyone have that Royal City? It was a sweet potato beer that they released a few years ago, and it was in lieu of a pumpkin beer. They released what was it called?
Never had it.
Harvest. Royal City Harvest.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah. Okay. Just wondering.
I hate mushrooms, but I would try a mushroom beer. I'd try it. Like I was scared as hell to try my first oyster stout, and it was surprisingly tasty.
Mm.
I've had a few oyster stouts and I've always enjoyed them, but they don't. To me, none of them have actually tasted like seafood.
I love
Yeah, they're not
oysters.
really supposed to. They're just kind of supposed to be salty a bit.
Yeah, it adds the. I don't know what it does, but I've had I want to say maybe 3, and they've all been pretty tasty. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I've enjoyed
the concept is the weirdest thing to think about, but yeah.
I did find one Canadian kind of mushroom beer. I found a Chaga Porter from Big Axe. I remember I actually had that.
I wouldn't say Czech is like tea.
Chaga's more like a fungus
Yeah.
on a. For,
Yeah.
You're talking like a mushroom that grows out of the ground. Like, no, that's a fire flower. But
There's
you
just
know
a lot
what
of
I
there's a lot of people.
Oh,
around
he's
here
got
that actually-
Jesus.
a lot of people.
Fireball.
A lot of people around here actually harvest chaga and sell it like locally.
Yeah, they grow. It grows around here too. I've heard of
Respect
people,
the,
like,
respect the gimmick,
harvesting
Nick.
shit.
Respect your dedication to the gimmick.
I love seeing Master.
Where's the
Forest.
Now, if you just jump into a large pipe and warp out of here,
Do it, Nick.
Only
I
if
can always
Lee has the
start
soundboard.
throwing fireballs at you.
yeah, I don't have to.
Yeah.
If I
Oh
if
my
I knew
God.
you were gonna put the Mario shit on, like if we had pre-planned this, I would have a whole soundboard full of Mario effects. But unfortunately, all I have is stuff.
Nintendo would be coming after Nick so fast. Copyright strike.
I had a pretty good like Fire Mario costume there about 8 years ago, so I still have it, of course. And I knew
He
it
only
was.
takes that out in the bedroom now.
Yeah, I wish. Anyway, let's
With
we
a
might as
weird
well
fire.
circle around and talk to everybody again. and give our final thoughts, starting with Bluebeard or Blue Balls. We'll start calling it Blue Balls.
Yeah, sure. Why not? This isn't gross, but it's a mess. It's not. It's really sweet. The body, it's super, super thin. There's no, I don't know what spices they used in it, but there's no pumpkin pie or pumpkin, like it doesn't give me any. When I drink a pumpkin beer, I want to be like kind of reminded of like having a family dinner kind of at like Thanksgiving or some shit. I don't know what, like this is. Even as a wheat beer, like it's so freaking just. It really, really, really highly carbonated too, like really highly. Style, I'm gonna give it a 5. Enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Nice.
It's very, very weird.
Very, very weird, and probably going down the sink after this.
There's a good chance.
Mm.
I'm glad I didn't buy 2.
All right, so let's now that we've had that review from Redbeard, let's go to the other person that has the same beer.
Might as well, right? Let's just do it back to back.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Just hit it out of the park. I'm going to agree with Redbeard and the fact that I don't really taste pumpkin. There's nothing that reminds me of pumpkin. I feel like I'm looking for the pumpkin and I think I taste it, but I think it's just me wanting to taste it so much that my brain is making me taste that something that's not there. Because realistically, there's no pumpkin. As a vice?
A wheat beer.
Yeah, a vice.
A vice?
It's
Nice.
pronounced vice, yeah, you're correct.
Okay. I'm going to get it right finally. Anyways, I do taste that part because I do find it does taste like the other one that I have had. And I definitely get that similarity. But the problem is I'm basing on a pumpkin beer with whatever style it's going on. So since I'm not getting the pumpkin, I'm going to drop my mark down to like a 6 for style because yeah, you have like the actual style, but there's absolutely no pumpkin. And then for preference, I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. It's not bad. It's not amazing, blow my mind, but I could definitely drink it.
Is a Dunkel a wheat beer?
Yes, can be.
Okay,
Well, it can be. It's a
I feel like that's like just popping in my head now. Like this has got a Dunkel thing going on.
Yeah, Dunkelweizen. So
the vice part means that it's wheat, but you can have Dunkelweizens, Hefeweizens,
Okay.
Crystalweizens, and shit.
Yeah, this is given. It's got a Dunkel vibe, but even then, it's not a very well made Dunkel. I'd say, kind of like
there's a style I have not seen pop up in a while, Crystalweizen. For good reason, because they suck.
It's basically a filtered Hefeweizen.
Yeah, it's like, why would you do
that?
Why the fuck would you do that?
Dunkelfester. There really should have been a Halloween beer called Dunkelfester. Alrighty, so
Stuns Kara.
Good lord. All right, so let's move on to Mr. Lee.
Yeah, so this fucking beer, I'll give it credit right off the bat. It hides its 10% beautifully. Like there's no hint of fucking alcohol on this in the finish, in the actual aroma, and the drink throughout. It's crazy dangerous in that regard, especially if you really like your pumpkin spice beers and you just want to drink them down num like some sort of crazy fucking person. But I mean, fucking, it's on the side of pumpkin pie, and it doesn't really have necessarily that roasted pumpkin that it says on the can here. Oh, we roast our pumpkins and shit. It's like I'm not really getting a lot of that. I'm just getting the spices. I'm getting a lot of nutmeg and cinnamon mostly. And unfortunately, I find with these pumpkin beers that sort of go on we just want to taste strictly like pumpkin pie kind of thing. Often they can kind of start smelling and tasting like apple pie because you use the similar spices in both pies, right? The key to the pumpkin pie is that it's got a different texture when you're eating it. It's got that earthy pumpkin taste to it as well with the spices, depending on how you do it, as opposed to an apple pie where you bite into an apple pie, you're starting to eat fucking apples, right? But this is fine. It's a little too sweet. I think I'd like some sort of earthy malt presence in here somewhere. At 10%, I would expect the body to be maybe a bit thicker, but it's kind of like just upper light bodied. It's not the worst pumpkin beer I've ever had, but it definitely doesn't sort of lean to the pumpkin beers I enjoy all that much. So style wise, I'm going to throw about a 6 at it. Personal enjoyment, I think I'll throw a 6 at it too. It's something I could definitely drink again. I wouldn't seek it out, but if someone handed it to me, I would definitely drink it and then try to pace myself afterwards because it's 10 fucking %. And you don't taste any of that fucking alcohol. You don't get any of that crazy pants bullshit. So, yeah, if you're picking this up, be fucking careful with it. It's very dangerous.
I feel like if I had like, I don't know, a third of that mixed with 2/3 of this beer, the spiciness of that beer would really improve the flavor of this beer.
Mm. I mean, the spices are super dominant in this, so you might have something
So
there.
I mean, like this has like
Yeah, this has nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
sucks.
tastes like a very basic wheat beer.
Just yeah.
It's unfortunate. I wanted to like it so bad too, but
I it's been like my first time going to that brewery, I believe, this year, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe things have changed, and it's like, no, it's all the same.
You're looking at an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's vanilla on this too, which I don't get.
I don't get it.
All right.
The brewery's going to change. It's going to stop abusing you.
Yeah,
It
they
made some
just buy
mistakes.
they just buy you a vanilla gift.
All right. So let's move on with the show here. Thank you, Lee. And
You're
let's
welcome.
go to Polly Pumpkin.
Jamie?
Jamie.
Polly
Jamie the
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin Eater.
Can
Jamie
you hear me now?
Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I can.
Oh,
hear
yeah.
you. So let's take a look. How's the other pumpkin beer from the
So
Flying
yeah,
Monkeys?
to revisit, it's the Flying Monkeys Theater of Madness. It's a pumpkin lager, and of the two, like in memory, like I haven't had it for a few years, but the one that Lee has, I'd probably take that over this one, going for a pumpkin beer. Even though it sounds like yours is not quite as balanced as this, like this is actually it's done well for a pumpkin lager. It's not overly spiced at all. It's just like even like smelling it and tasting it, it's very similar. Like it's just a nice light lager with a little bit of spice to it. Really, the only thing that I don't like about it, and it's kind of a big thing. Everyone's had bad milk, right? Like it's not like you've had bad milk. It's like you had bad milk a few days ago, and you have that memory of it in your throat, kind of thing.
Weird.
The aftertaste is giving me that, and I don't know if it's the nutmeg or if it's the like maybe there's like lactose or I don't know what it is. There's something that isn't mixing quite right to me. Other than that, it would be like a really good pumpkin lager. It's what is it, 6%, and it's fine. It's just that little. Someone else might not have that experience, but for me, it kind of ruins it a little bit. For a pumpkin, for a lager, I don't know, 7.5. It's easy drinking. If this was cold and you just like, had it quickly, wouldn't be an issue. But in this where we're kind of like slowly having it and analyzing it, it kind of ruins it for me. So I'll, it's drinkable. I've obviously had it, so I'll give it a 6.5 for my own personal enjoyment.
All right.
That's it.
Oh,
Yay!
cool. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Jamie.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Greg. Greggy Lee Curtis.
Evil dies tonight.
That's right. Evil dies tonight.
Except for it doesn't, because there's another sequel coming.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler for anyone that didn't know it was The Empire Strikes Back of the Michael Myers trilogy.
It's basically like shopping mall.
Yeah, everything's like shopping mall.
It's exactly like shopping mall, like right down to the same boobs.
All right. So the beer, is it like shopping mall too?
This tastes to me, honestly, Nick, you know what this tastes to me like? It's like they brewed this beer and didn't put any pumpkin in it. Oh wait, no.
The wrong beer.
That's right. Although, Nick, I will say, just on a tangent, this says it has real pumpkin in it. So I don't know. You might want to take it up with the brewery. But
You're
Actually,
I
liars.
mean,
Yeah, well,
it didn't before, so
This doesn't taste like this. Tastes like a sweet amber ale. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not great either. Anyway, to this beer. Now I'm going to be the first to say I generally like pumpkin beers, but I generally don't like what comes out of Ontario. So I do have a little bit of Stockholm syndrome because I have no access to U.S. beers, and the LCBO refuses to import anything good. They used to get Pumpkin and Warlock. Oh my god, these beers are gassy. Fuck. And you can't get any of that shit anymore. So I got Stockholm syndrome, and I'm going to say that this is a really good pumpkin beer, mainly because it goes in a different direction. A lot of pumpkin beers just overly spiced or they're overly sweet. You do get the nice pumpkin pie in a glass ones. I used to really like Paranormal. It doesn't seem we can get it this year. It seems you can get it at the brewery, but not at the LCBO, which kind of sucks. I did like Paranormal.
And you can get it in like Quebec and New Brunswick and shit for some reason. Like, so weird. Sorry, Greg.
I don't know. It's Flying Monkeys is weird with their distribution. Like I think them and Nickelbrook are one of them that you can get like a lot of their shit in Michigan, but you can't always get it in Ontario. It's kind of weird. Anyways, where was I saying? Awesome can art. Pretty good beer. Style's a little tricky because if you rate this as a saison, it's not bad. If you rate this as a pumpkin beer, you get more pumpkin as it warms up. It's not a super pumpkin-y beer. And if you want a spiced pumpkin beer, this isn't it. If you want a pumpkin pie in a glass beer, this isn't it either. So this is a different kind of pumpkin beer. So that's good or bad, depending how you look at it. So I'm going to say it's a flavored saison beer. That's how I'm going to rate this. It's pretty good. It's a 7. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it's fine. And now, based on my Stockholm syndrome for pumpkin beers this year, I'm going to give this a personal enjoyment rating of a 7.5. I'm enjoying it. It is nice to get a good pumpkin beer in Ontario. There's very few good ones this year. Really, it's the second best one that's come out other than of the ones I've had. The Big Rig one is better than this. So hopefully I gave that higher than 7.5 because I'm giving this a 7.5. But the Big Rig one I do think is better than this. This is pretty good. Most of the other pumpkin beers are junk this year that we can get in Ontario. And God, I wish I could go to the States because the States has real fucking pumpkin beer, like barrel-aged stuff, and it's really expensive. Like you expect a good beer to be in. Fantastic.
I've heard good things about the barrel-aged pumpkin and stuff, and I've never been able to try it.
You know what? Joe loved barrel-aged pumpkin. Hi,
Joe.
I was not as impressed by it. But then again, can you really trust a man who's not in uniform? But there's like some Michigan craft breweries. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's some that they're expensive as fuck. Like they're stupid. They're like $25 US a bottle for a little bottle, but they are good. Oh, they are good.
Can't trust Joe. He's got a baboon heart now. He's not thinking like a rational, normal person.
You know what?
You guys see that shit where they can potentially like actually use pig organs in people now?
Yeah, they did it with Joe. He was one of the test subjects.
You know, if Joe was a good person,
like growing a full organ and actually implanting it in somebody.
Joe should just let himself become a ghost, and then we could have busted him, and then busting would make us all feel good. But no, Joe's so selfish. He didn't do that.
What kind of busting are you talking about?
Oh,
what?
Greg, that was
busting
gold,
makes you
buddy.
feel good.
That was
Okay, so Greg, what did you give for a
perfect.
rating on that beer?
I gave it a 7 for style, a 7.5 for personal enjoyment, with the asterisk being that in another year where I could get good pumpkin beers, this would probably not be quite that high. But
Nice.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
What?
Anyway, all right. So let's move along to moi, and I get to talk now. Yay! All right. So caramel brown smell. It's got this kind of caramel smell. Get a little bit of pumpkin. Get the pumpkin spice. Body, it's light to medium bodied, nice. Lightly sweet. Bit on the earthy side. Has that bit of earthy. It has a bit of the pumpkin creaminess and spice, but the flavors kind of get muted as you drink it by the lingering earth that comes out of the back of this. It's kind of like almost like a hook of pumpkin pie flavors where you get like the pumpkin spice, pumpkin consistency, clove, cinnamon, hints of like banana and stuff like that in there, and then it gets kind of washed away. It's almost like pumpkin banana bread and then it kind of gets washed away by the lingering earth that kind of blanks everything out. I mean, it's a good beer. I think the earthiness is a little on the overpowering side. It's like it looks awesome when you pour it. It had a great look to it when it was poured. Smells awesome. It tastes pretty good, but fades quick, and it feels like it doesn't last long enough. And I guess that's my main complaint about this. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. 7 for style, 7 for overall.
Yeah.
All right, let's pan back out, and I see there's a lot of comments there. Mind if I draft you again, Lee?
Oh no, I'm good. So let's see.
Luchador Lee.
Luchador.
Luchador.
Don't make me put you in a full Nelson. So Ashley Simpson's, we did that comment.
Ashley Simpson.
Ashley Simpson, yeah. New album coming out soon. He says beets and sweet potatoes belong in beer. We read that one. He goes on to say whack-a-ma-doop. That is the Leeism of the day. Okay. Ashley said he had something that Jamie talked about. I guess maybe the beer Jamie's drinking tonight. Then Ashley says, "Tell me about the fucking beers." We did tell you about the fucking beers.
Tell me about the fucking golf shoes.
Yeah.
Ashley's talking about Royal City, their sweet potato beer.
Oh, okay. So Ashley says that would be Dunkelweiss. Yeah, when we're talking about like dark wheat beers, you just put Dunkel on. Is this a German thing? You put Dunkel in front of the
There's
beer
also
style.
like Dunkelbock, I think, but that's actually like a strong lager.
Yeah, Doppelbock. Doppelbock is Doppel is like double Bock. Or whatever. Dunkel is different. Dunkel is dark. Western Canadian reviewer Dan saying stupid pumpkin season.
Wow,
Man.
Dan's very bitter.
Why do you hate Halloween, Dan?
Why does he hate things in general?
Yeah,
We're
very
negative.
negative. Very negative person.
He only
Most
drinks
negative-
Doppeldunkels.
Most negative person in our group of friends, really. Terrible. Then Ashley goes on to say, why do breweries waste barrel space on pumpkin beer? Are you telling me that a proper stout or porter barrel aged wouldn't sell better? Why would you put a porter in a barrel? That seems
Also,
like
if you're going by sales, every brewery would probably be best off just making a whole bunch of lagers because that would probably sell the best. So
yes,
I mean,
it would. Yeah.
like, it's like breweries want to make different things, and you can make some amazing pumpkin beers that are barrel aged. You could also make some really shitty barrel aged pumpkin beers. It comes down to the brewer.
I have had, I'm going to say most, like the ratio, more unimpressive pumpkin beers than impressive ones. But I have had some really friggin' impressive pumpkin beers. If you do it right, it can be a fucking delicious, delicious experience.
Yeah, and I mean, just to follow up, Ashley, why do you hate creativity? Why do you hate artistic expression? What kind of monster are you, Ashley?
Nick
Jesus
is actually
Christ.
doing a decent Ashley impression right now
Almost
with
like
his
he,
bag of
it's
chips
almost like he
reading over
believes
there.
in some sort of fascism.
Ashley is really going in a weird direction
Wow.
that I did not see coming. He says fucking lunacy. Then we have this lovely Lee Hardy person in the comments saying people
Just
like pumpkin
screaming.
gimmick, Ashley. They like the gimmick.
You got to scream it, Lee. She screamed it.
People like the pumpkin gimmick, Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley. And then Dan saying better than truffle beers.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He had one of those last night, and I'm pretty sure. Like I've never had truffle beer. Anybody else here had truffle beer?
No.
Yeah,
Not surprised they exist or anything, but
Dan
Truffle-tastic.
swinging his truffle around.
But
swinging his big truffle around.
wouldn't Dan want like some sort of like chocolate milkshake truffle beer that he could lose his foot drinking, kind of thing?
Actually, going back to the mushroom discussion from before, truffle beer would be decently close to a mushroom beer.
Yeah, and I mean you could watch that Nicolas Cage movie where he's like trying to regain his truffle pig.
I haven't seen that. I haven't downloaded it. I heard it was pretty good.
what movie is that?
It's just called Pig.
Yeah, it's called Pig.
Very inventive. Alrighty, so let's do one last round of people and just ask people like Redbeard here. Of all the beers you've heard tonight, which one would you like to have tried? Obviously not Lady Lee's.
Honestly, it's like a toss-up between you and Greg, I've had both of the Flying Monkeys ones. So I've had at least one version of the Saison du Pomp, but I wasn't super impressed. But I'd flip a coin. It'd be between Nick and Greg. I really don't know though. So yeah.
All right.
I'd be like us in an orgy too. Just flip a coin.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm
All
good.
right.
Close my eyes. Still the same.
I would. I'd go with Greg's beer.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the can art.
It is really good can art. Like
It
this
is.
can art, a 10 out of 10, 100%.
Can art wins me over every time. I've bought some pretty crappy stuff over can art. So there's your answer.
Nice. All
Can
right.
art is awesome.
All right, Mr. Lee.
I got to go with Greg's as well.
Yeah.
Because both it sounds like a really good saison. Like it sounds like, if you're going to the true style as far as like traditionally what a saison farmhouse beer was. I mean, if your farm in Belgium somehow is like growing some pumpkins, and you had people farming your farm during the fall or whatever, and you got some pumpkins growing there, make some fucking beer out of it and give it to them so they can keep working on the farm and not die of dysentery or whatever the fuck. Yeah, no, that sounds super interesting. That I mean, other than that, probably I'd want to try Jamie's just to see a pumpkin lager that's done decently. That's also intriguing, but mostly side on Greg with this one.
Nice.
Greg is usually right.
Don't encourage him.
Sure.
Let's not lose our minds over here.
All right. Thanks, Lee.
I changed
All
my
right.
mind.
All right.
Shane Faxies.
All right, Mr. Jamie.
So, what's the question?
Of all the beers you've seen here tonight, which one you would rather have tried?
Well, Lady Lee's, because I hate everybody else on this panel.
Fair
Such a
fair
bad
comment.
friend. Bad friend, Jamie. Actually, no, Jamie's a good friend for showing up tonight.
I appreciate it.
And New Ontario, it's it's the most northernest part of Canada, really. So
Yeah.
Oh, no
How
doubt
can you go
about it.
wrong? How can you go wrong?
Past that, it's only polar bears and wendigos.
yeah, I'm sure it's made with iceberg water, so it's got to be crisp and clear, like kokanee.
The can art, though. The can art is
And the
freaking
can art.
awesome.
It's made
Yeah,
from the
it's a
water
can.
of the
That was so
iceberg
cool.
that Leonardo DiCaprio died on in Titanic.
Yeah, good.
Right on.
Wow.
Tastes like suffering. All right.
I mean, there was definitely like room on that raft for two people, but yeah, let's let Leo die. Why not?
Yeah,
Rose,
I mean,
North Bay's
What-
a Kate Winslet.
when it comes down to it, Rose was worse than Jenny in Forrest Gump.
Yes,
Today.
I think that's a fair argument.
I mean, if there's a lesson to be learned in Forrest Gump or Titanic, it's don't fall in love.
Never.
Exactly.
Right.
At least,
Anyway,
not, at least not with a woman. Maybe it's okay with a man.
Way
Speaking
to
of
take your own advice over there, Lee. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Speaking of going down with the ship,
I
Greg,
fucked up.
It's
Hi, Nick.
it's Bugs Greggy.
of all the beers tonight, which would you rather have had?
Well, truthfully, the one I'd like to have the most would be the one Lee had because it's 10%, and 10% pumpkin beer is better than a less than 10% pumpkin beer.
Ship it, I'll
That's
ship
kind of
the
fact.
rest of this to you overnight FedEx. Let's do it.
But that'd be nice actually. But if we're actually going with a beer I haven't had before, I'm gonna go with Lady Lee's beer specifically because I like her better than Carrie,
Oh wow!
Whoa.
and I like the can art. I like the can art of her beer, so I want to try Lady Lee's beer, but not Carrie's. But Manly's beer most of all. So that's the hierarchy: Manly, Lady Lee, Carrie.
Of course,
You know
I'm on the
what?
bottom.
You know
I'm
what?
lady.
Fuck you and fuck you.
No,
fuck you,
no,
Jamie.
no, no.
Fuck you both.
You're
I
in
mean-
the middle.
Between the
You're
two
like-
Lees, I'm a lady, so I'm never gonna be top.
Is this some
No,
sort of
because
Eiffel
I'm female.
Tower
No,
situation?
no, it's
I'm not even on the list.
Manly on the top, Carrie on the bottom. You're the meat in that sandwich.
I'm the Oreo filling.
Yeah.
Wow.
So black
Because
now?
you're so
What?
sweet.
Aw.
What? Wait, did Carrie just bring race into it? What's going on?
I can't even hide my face right now.
I mean,
I-
Oreo's
I-
right between two black. That's just how it is.
That's
All
all I
right,
was saying.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh,
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
They make
All right.
golden Oreos, I guess.
All right.
maybe.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
know what?
You're right. You're right.
Greg didn't even mention my beer in that thing in the
I
hierarchy.
don't even know what you had, Nick. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, no, it's a forgettable beer,
Well,
I guess.
actually, I like your beer too, Nick. I'd try your beer next. So you can
Too
also
late.
go in the middle with Lady Lee.
We're double
Fury and
stuffed.
Manly.
We're double stuffed Oreos.
Yeah,
All right, all
definitely
right.
double stuffed.
As far as all the
Way
beers
too early
tonight,
joke.
I was gonna say fuck you, Greg, and say that I'd go with the one Mr. Lee is drinking, but I can actually get that, and I can get Jamie's, and I don't think the one that the Lady Lee and Carrie have sounds interesting. So yeah, by default, Greg wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Default.
Damn it, that hurts. All right.
I'm like your last opportunity to sex club. You'll just take it because I'm your default.
So win WB from Western Canadian Beer Reviewer.
Is that a computer thing?
No, he put an I in the thing that is usually abbreviated to WNWB.
Oh.
No, it's
What's
is.
next week's beer? Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
but what is?
Smart.
What is next week's beer?
He's doing it as data.
Oh,
You can't
he
use
put the what
abbreviations. He's doing
Is
it as
next
data.
week's beer? No, that's fine. I'll tell everybody what next week's beer
What's
is,
next
because
week's
we're gonna
haunted
do.
beer?
Finally,
Come on.
I am
Focus.
so looking forward to this.
This is from Alley Cat, sent to us by Jamie.
Good
This
friend
is-
Jamie.
Rat Queen de la Muerte, spiced imperial stout, 11.5% ABV. We're gonna start off November right.
Barn Cat.
I'm so looking
Yeah,
forward to that. I think
Nick
that
said
beer would be amazing.
you said this is from Alley Cat. I'm just
Barn
saying.
Cat. Barn Cat.
Barn cat. Alley
really-
cat, barn cat, whatever. The cats are fucking feral and trying to get
Well, the
laid.
cat's out of the bag.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
I just hope there's no cat piss hops in it.
that
Oh,
got
man.
awkward. Thanks, Redbeard.
Yeah,
Anytime. That's what I do.
but I mean, till then, happy Halloween, all you stupid fucks.
Happy
watching.
Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
If you don't let your kids trick or treat this year, you're a bad parent, and give
right.
your kids up for adoption.
Just put masks on top of the medical masks for your kids and put them out there.
Medical masks.
You'll wear a mask where you let a bunch of strange men have their way with you. So let your
I
kids-
wore the wrong shirt tonight.
Lee, you gotta. That's it's so loud, dude.
It's not that bad.
No, that was
It's loud.
it's
All right.
supposed to be loud. It's the Halloween theme.
Anyway,
Jesus.
thanks everybody for coming on. Thank everybody for watching, from Rampant Line to Dan and Ashley. And is there anybody else that was special in the chat? And maybe Redbeard and Lady Lee.
Hi, Nick.
Thank
Oh,
you
well.
to
We
friends
had a good
watched.
episode tonight. Thank you for
Come on,
everybody for
special.
watched, and watch out for me, mate. Whatever.
Go watch the masterpiece
I was gonna-
Halloween Kills in
Something,
theaters
something
now.
penis.
Don't
I
watch
was gonna
it.
make a penis reference here or something.
Evil dies tonight.